Hello and welcome back to our top-down shooter tutorial. In this video, we will be creating some sprites. So, in Construct 3, in order to create a sprite, we're just going to go over here to our layout section, and I'm going to right-click to bring up this menu, and I'm going to say that I want to insert a new object. This will bring a Create New Object type menu up, and the item that I'm going to create is a sprite. So I can scroll through here until I find the sprite, but if I want to go a little quicker, I can use this search bar right here and say that I'm looking for a sprite. So I'm going to click that right there. I'm going to create a sprite. Before I create it, I'm going to go down here and I'm going to name my new sprite. So this sprite right here, and by the way, a sprite, the definition of it right here, it's an animated object that is the building block of most projects. This is going to be the picture of our player that we are going to use to control our game. So I'm going to name it, this is my player. Once I've done all that, I can say insert. And you'll notice that the cursor has turned into a crosshair, and I'm just going to click on wherever it is on the layout that I want. Don't worry about getting it in the right spot because we can always adjust this later. So I'm just going to click right here, and that is going to bring up the animations editor. This is a spot where I can draw in my sprite. And so for a lot of us, we are familiar with these tools and we should be able to draw a sprite. So I'm just going to make a very simple sprite. I'm going to start off with kind of a brownish skin tone. And by the way, I am not a professional artist, so my work might not be the best. I'm okay with that. But I'm going to go ahead and just make a little circle right here for my character. And I do like that color. If I want to save that color for later, what I can do is right click on one of these squares and I can say save the primary color, and that'll stay right there in case I want to reference that later. I'm going to go darker into the browns to get a hair, and then I'll use the paintbrush right here just to draw some hair on my character. Here we go, and I can use the bucket tool to fill that in, and then we'll just fill that in right there. Now in Construct 3, we want to make sure that we make our characters facing to the right. That's going to be the forward direction. Let me go ahead and save this color, and then I'm going to go a little bit darker for some eyes, and we'll give him a little mouth like that. Okay, now before I go any further, I'm going to go ahead and click the crop. That way I don't have a hitbox that goes too far out. Now I've got this character right here, and I can just go ahead and close. Now this is going to feel a little scary because you feel like you should save it. Construct is automatically going to save your artwork, so you can go ahead and just click this X and close out of it, and there is my sprite. So there's my player. And you can see over here in the project bar that I have a player here. So now let's go ahead and create two more sprites. I want to create a projectile that's something that my player is going to shoot, and an enemy that the projectile is going to hit. So I'm going to start with an enemy. So again, this is a sprite. And I am going to name this one. Actually, I'm not going to name this anything because I want to show you how you can rename it later. I'm going to click right here to make my sprite. And this sprite is going to be some homework. So I'm going to just get my paintbrush right there. I'm going to say save the primary color. And let's make some homework. I didn't like that. It's going to be a white piece of paper, so we'll fill that in with white. There we go. And then I'm going to get the paintbrush, I'm going to drop the size of it, and then I feel like the lines on the paper should be like a light blue. And there we go. Okay, so again, I can close it, and there's my paper. I'm going to drag right here to resize it, and we'll move it over here. Now, over here in my project menu, I've got the sprite because it didn't get titled. So I can right click it here, and I can say I want to rename that, and I'm going to rename that homework. Okay, one more. Let's create a new sprite one more time. Search for sprite, and I'm going to call this knowledge because we're going to shoot our knowledge at the homework. There we go. And for this one, I'm going to create a bright red. We'll do an addition sign, and over here square root of x, and a division sign. And I think that's pretty good. So we'll go ahead and close that. And then this is going to shoot out of our character. So I'm going to make it smaller like that. So after this, we've created 3 different sprites. I've got my player, my knowledge, and my homework. And I can go through and create whatever other sprites I'm going to need. This will be a crucial skill as we move forward.